Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay.
So, how are you feeling today, Jacqueline?
I am feeling good. How are you feeling today?
I'm all right, I guess.
All right.
That was such an awkward introduction. I don't understand. It was like our first one. I'm so sorry for her. She's like, you're like tense. Do you need a shot?
No.
No. So we got our micheladas again because I asked her to make them for me.
And this time I'm gonna drink it slow because we don't want the show interrupted. I don't want to have to step away again.
That was honestly, I guess it kind of made the podcast. It was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. People laughed about it.
All right.
It was cool. It made some little attention or whatever. I don't know. Today doesn't even feel like a Saturday. It's so weird. I feel like this week dragged, and I'm in denial that we're actually gonna like be working continuously and like we're not gonna get a break.
I know. I just found out that I'm gonna be working full time next week, so it's I mean, I'm ready, but I think it was like, whoa.
Like, whoa, what the hell? Why are we starting to work full time?
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. I know. Alex is going to start working full time on Monday. So he's kind of nervous to like actually work and go back just to wake up early.
Yeah, it's just so weird now going back to work and being out there and just things are so different. Like just earlier, we were at the store and like they have to check your temperature. They give you gloves.
At Vallarta?
They sanitize. No, it was a different store.
Sorry,
They sanitize your hands and then they spray your feet with this spray. So it was
Where?
It was a little store that I went to.
Oh, I know what store you're talking about. Why don't you just say it?
It wasn't next to Sally's. I forget the name of it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sally's.
No, I went to Sally's, but then, anyways. So.
Yeah. How was your Friday?
My Friday was good. I mean, I didn't work, but it was good.
You didn't?
No.
I worked yesterday, and tell me why was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. I like developed this weird rash on my stomach, and I'm not allergic to anything. Like, I'm not allergic to any food. I'm not allergic to any medicine. Like, nothing. There's nothing that I'm allergic to. And
so you think?
Right. I'm thinking, obviously, now that I'm getting older, I'm getting allergic to something.
It happened.
Yeah, I didn't. But what the weird thing is, I don't drink anything really but water. And I mean, obviously I'm drinking a beer, but I didn't drink anything but water. And it happened right after lunch from work. Like I was on my lunch break. And then like I told my manager, I'm like, hey, I'm kind of starting to get itchy like on my stomach. And she was like, what? Like I wanted to go check it out. And I looked and there was like a whole rash on my freaking stomach. And I freaked out. And like it was like burning. And I just didn't feel good. I was just feeling weird. So finally, they sent me home, and then I stayed home on Thursday too. And then it was kind of like, and then I went back to work on Friday yesterday, and I kind of just like realized like maybe I'm not meant to be working full time.
You're allergic to work.
Yeah, maybe.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah, and I just feel like work is just so like it's just a lot, and I feel like maybe I am supposed to just work part-time or something because it's just I can't imagine going back like after having that long break. It's still hard for me.
Can you believe that we're mid-year? It's already mid-June.
No, that's so weird. We're gonna be in summer.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's so weird. I feel like most of like the year literally was just so weird from the beginning. Like Nipsey died last year, but Kobe and like they died in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, and then a lot of negative things just happened. Like it's just so scary, and like the world is so scary. Like, in Santa Clarita where my mom lives, she there's like at the sheriff stations, there's like a bunch of like cops lined up and like sheriffs and stuff, and it's just like, I mean, obviously because of that George
rioting,
and it's just been so scary. Like I don't know, I don't want to get into that topic because it's such a touchy topic, and I don't want to kind of like say anything that it is going to offend anybody, but I do feel that it is sad that, you know, a lot of people have to die because of, you know, certain situations or whatever, you know. It's just sad.
It's a very touchy subject.
Yeah, it is a really touchy subject. So if the most, like, the people who follow me on Instagram, I did like a little poll, and it was between, because I wasn't sure about which topic I wanted to talk about this coming episode. Now we're episode number 4 with Convos with Alina.
4.
A whole month kind of really about, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so proud of us, and I'm so happy that we're into another episode, and I'm just so thankful again that I'm doing it with you, and I'm just so happy about it, and I literally wait the whole week for this day. Yeah, I always
something to look forward to now.
Yeah, I always look forward for the weekend because of this. So on the poll that I did, it was in between the topics. It was postpartum depression and how I coped with it, and kind of just wanted to talk like everything about it, and then breakups.
And the winner is?
And the winner is breakups.
Breakups.
How many of us have them?
We've all had them.
I know. It's kind of it's a sad... No, I don't think it's a sad subject. I think it's just a hard subject because only you will ever know when you're ready to end it.
Right.
And no matter how much someone can hurt you and how much someone can, like, make you feel some type of way, like, you're never going to officially be done until you know yourself. Like, your friends and family can say it for you, but you just won't know until it's, like, that time for yourself, you know?
Right.
It's so crazy. So I did kind of do, I asked some of the people on my Instagram, and not a lot of people obviously asked, but we're going to talk about some of the questions that some of the people asked on my Instagram, and kind of just break it down and see them and see what it's about. One of them was, girl, how to stop checking on your man after you guys break up.
Whoa.
That one's... I've honestly, personally, it was after I broke up with, when me and Alex split, it was probably the hardest thing to, like, not search up or, like, look at, like, to see if he had a new profile picture, or to see if he changed his bio, or, you know, like, how many followers he was getting, and, like, you know how you can see, like, the number changed, and then even, like, some of my friends, like, because we obviously unfollowed each other, but he still kept a lot of, like, mutual friends of ours. And some of them, obviously, I was closer with, and they would tell me, like, what they saw, you know? And I feel like it's just a part of the breakup to kind of lurk or kind of search it. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't say that because I'm come from a different...
Whoa, baby.
Microphone. It's because you guys have me paranoid now with my sound.
Because she doesn't understand. Like, she thinks it's like, look how far I'm sitting and I'm still so clear.
I know. And then when I speak, you guys say that you don't hear me, but I mean, I hear myself fine. So
now I hear you
I don't
perfect.
Understand. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So back to the subject.
Yeah, back to that question.
It's a little bit hard for me to answer that one because checking up on your man, I mean, obviously there's an age difference here. And back in my day, my breakup, I didn't have all the social media or let me check how many followers. Like you were saying that right now, and I'm just thinking, like, I didn't have all that. Like, I wasn't able to say, like, hey, I wonder who's following him now, or I wonder what he's you know, nothing like that, no social media. So I think it was a little easier back then than now.
Now it's just so, like...
It's just, you know, honestly, nowadays, I think social media, a lot of people say, no, it doesn't have anything to do with social media. But I think social media does have a lot to do with relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you just invite the wrong people sometimes into your relationship. And, you know, they start judging, they start commenting, they start, you know? And, like... That's why sometimes I'm kind of like against the social media for I don't know. It's just so, because like I said, like I come from a different time.
It was a different time. And like a lot of like social media nowadays, it's like you have to like post certain pictures to make sure you look happy or like, you know what I mean? And like,
or why didn't you post, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or why didn't you
and that's what causes a lot of problems.
No, but I mean it's true, because why aren't you posting that other person? Because you don't want everyone else to know, or because it's just so different.
There's just a different, like, social media plays such a like a trick, like if you're, I just believe. And I know that you said it kind of plays a toll in it, but personally, like, if your relationship is not solid and it's not, like, you guys kind of know what it is, then the social media is not going to help it. But if you guys are solid and you know what it is, you guys are happy, and you guys are at the same maturity level where you don't need to post each other all the time to prove something. Excuse me, I keep burping from this freaking...
Oh, my God. Here we go again. That was gross.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Excuse me.
I did not teach her those manners.
Mom, it's because I ate my burger. Alex got me a burger from Carl's Jr. and it was...
girl, you scarfed it.
I swallowed. I didn't finish it. No, I didn't finish it. I still kept like half of it.
It's pretty gone to me.
No, it's still there. You're so freaking mean. No, so
back to the question.
Yeah, because you always disrupt my conversation.
So back to your question about how do you get over...
How to get over it, yeah.
How to get over it. I think the best thing to do is find yourself a hobby. Go to the gym. Stay busy.
Staying busy, yes.
Staying busy.
Honestly, block him.
Well, yeah. And
I feel like once you block him, because I've personally done it. Once I've blocked my ex, I felt like it was just... You almost forget that he's blocked, and then like he's not gonna pop up on like certain things. Like, even for example, like say you are minding your own business, and then like you guys have mutual friends somehow, and then he comments on someone's picture, then you see him, and then you click it, and then you're wanting to search again. I feel like if you have him blocked, he's not gonna pop up anywhere. Only you are going to know that he's blocked.
And guys are just as petty. They will sit there and post things just to get you upset.
Yes.
So it's better to just block that person.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I was just going to say. Like, my ex, he did that. Like, he purposely did, like, post things in such a toxic way.
Yeah.
So, like, and it would get me so upset, and I would literally get anxiety. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's so much more happier without me, or like, maybe I was the issue, or... You know what I mean? Like, you just constantly just start overthinking, and you think that you're the issue, and you were not the issue. The fact that you had the courage to finally block him, and I think just block him, stay busy, and kind of just do your own thing. And then slowly but surely, like, you're going to see that you're not, like, worrying about it or checking on it 24/7.
It's definitely not overnight.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It took me a long time to finally block the person, because in the beginning too, you don't want to block them because then you're like, well, maybe we're going to get back together, or I don't want to block them because they're going to think that I'm really over them and I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, there's those things, like, and I remember feeling that way, and I feel like once you're ready to block that person, do it, and then just keep busy and hang out with friends and
stay busy
and hang out with friends, do things for yourself, and in time you're gonna slowly be like, okay, like, you're gonna officially get over it. The worst thing you can do is
stay home and just think about it.
Yeah, that's probably the worst.
Be out and about, and just keep your mind off things.
Yeah.
So hopefully that works out for you.
I know, hopefully. I feel bad.
And if not, you come and talk to Lena.
You're so strange.
She loves talking.
Oh, and don't talk to my mom because she doesn't like talking.
No, I love to listen.
Oh, okay. What about craziest breakup? What's the craziest breakup that you have? Not even like something recent, and it's not even like crazy, like you guys are fighting crazy, but just what's the craziest breakup? Like, whatever.
Crazy breakup. That's kind of hard for me because I haven't had like so many relationships, So I don't know. I wouldn't.
You never like dated anybody when you were younger? There was like a breakup? Dude, I love the rim. Sorry, it's like so good.
No, I mean, I can't say that I ever had like a crazy, like anything crazy. That's just.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have more exciting stories, but I honestly don't. Sorry, I'm boring.
Sorry. Yeah, you're boring. Maybe we need someone else on the podcast.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Don't cry. Don't cry. I was just kidding.
I'm gonna walk off right now.
Because you need
I'm
to
gonna
pee.
flip the table.
She's gonna. No. So the craziest breakup, I think, for me personally, was the breakup that I had with Alex. Only because we had just had Noah, the second child, if people don't know, and a lot of it had to do with us not working on the relationship together. A lot of it had to do with us, going through. He had just got fired from his job. I had just had Noah. I had to go back to work. I was the sole provider financially at the time. And just, I think postpartum, a little bit of like just temptation and negative like vibes that I was around. And I feel like I wasn't at a peaceful like time. And I was just really stressed out. And I'm not going to blame my age. But I feel like it does sometimes have take a toll on it. But yeah, I think when him and I decided to end things, it was probably the hardest thing for me because, and craziest thing for me because I was a mother of 2 and Noah was just recently born, and, seeing him pack up all of his clothes and seeing him like officially leave, and like his side of the closet was like empty, like, and coming home and he wasn't there anymore. And then we were doing like 1 week with the kids. And I think not having the boys with me broke my heart, like the week that they weren't there. And I'm not going to cry. I just was going to burp.
I was like, don't cry.
No. And I'm all like, no, but that was probably the craziest breakup. And because that's all I've known, like, and for him to just pack up his things, and granted, like, yes, I told him to leave, but when he really left, I was just like, damn, okay, why did you leave? Because I know I told you to leave, get the fuck out, and I don't want to be with you anymore, but I didn't think you were really going to do it. Like, it was just so surreal, and it was just such a negative time negative part in my life. And I just feel like if I knew what I knew now, I would have worked a lot harder for the relationship. And because now I appreciate all that he does. And once we broke up, I saw everything that he did for me and everything that he provided for the kids. And it was very hard. Like, to even go anywhere, I was so depressed. I never liked to go anywhere by myself if I had the boys, because I was just so like in a bad spot, and it was just so hard to get used to things like working full time, paying for everything by myself, and it was just really hard. And I think that was probably the craziest breakup that I've had, and real breakup that I had, and it was just probably the hardest thing for me to go through, honestly. And breakups are like such like a draining thing. It could be a positive breakup, and it can also be like there's negative breakups and positive breakups. And I feel like it was such a negative breakup for me. And I agree. I just went down from there. I was going from like job to job. Do you remember? Like, I kept a job, like, and if I didn't want to be in it anymore, like, I would quit and go somewhere else. Like, what kind of mom, like, of 2 kids does that? Like, I just wasn't happy. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was so dumb and just so like careless, and I regret it, but I mean, it made me stronger. But I don't know, that was probably, wow, that really was like crazy for me.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back on it, I remember all those times, and yeah, it was pretty crazy for you.
And I was so sad. So sad. And like I don't know, and at that time I didn't have a lot of friends. And I think I went through a lot of things alone, and it was very, very hard for me. Like, I don't even know. It's just so like,
I think when something like that happens, you find out who your real true friends are too, because I mean, it happened to me when I split up with your dad, and
Yeah.
you know, it was half and half, positive and negative, because the relationship was just so
Done.
negative and over. And but again, we were young. I think we had a lot of growing up to do, having kids so young, and you know, not having much guidance. Not a lot of advice, you know, from positive advice. You
Yeah.
know? I think it you know, it affected the relationship a lot. But I mean,
I guess you can say that my dad's was the craziest that you've
well,
gone
yeah,
through.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can, because
Because it was, I mean, to think about it, like, they were together since they were, like, 16?
16.
16 years old, and, like, when they split, I remember, like, she had to pack up all of her things, and, like, she's lived with at my dad's house, like, probably, like, her whole life. So it's, like, imagine, like, taking your whole life, like, 15, you know, how many years? Like,
A lot of years.
yeah, it was a lot of
It was
years.
a lot of years. You
And
know, just pack up and go.
pack up and just
start all over again.
Yeah, and then you had 3 kids.
And then 3 kids, yeah. So it was tough, but again, it was half and half, negative, half positive.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying it was the craziest, like,
yeah,
breakup that you went
definitely.
through. Like,
Yeah.
because that's, like, a whole, you know, life. Like,
Yeah, definitely life changing. But yeah, I mean, it's just at those times is when you realize who's gonna be there as as a true friend and stick around and give you the advice and listen to you and be there for you when you really need something. Even some family,
yeah.
you know, there was a lot of family that turned their backs, and you know, it's sad, but it's just what it is.
Yeah. No, I know. And it's so crazy. Like, I think back and I'm just thankful at the end of the day. Like, I don't even, me and Alex, when we talk about it, like, we don't even like to think about it sometimes because we were just so foolish. And I just wish that, you know, what we know now, we knew back then. But,
And that's a good thing. I mean, you guys learned.
we learned from it,
that,
and it
you
was,
guys are growing.
and
from
sometimes things like that have to happen in order for us to appreciate one another, because I feel like
But
after
again, I
that,
think you had a lot of guidance. You had
What
a
do you
lot
mean?
of like. I mean, I was there for you. I feel like, you know, I gave you some advice.
No,
and
yeah,
I
but-
tried to tell you, you know, for the boys, you know, it's not easy. I try to tell you.
no, yeah,
you know.
you did tell me that, those stuff, but I'm saying, like, but at the end of the day, like, she's always had, like, my back as far as, like, oh my God, I keep burping, Mom. I'm gonna stop doing this. We're not gonna be drinking these anymore. No, but she's always had my back as far as, like, whatever I went through, she was going through with me. And, like, when I was dating, you know, that someone that I was dating after Alex and I split, like, she wasn't for it, but she was there for me. And, you know, anytime that I wanted to cry about it, she was there and she listened, and she, you know, she just went with it, and she just did it because I was happy at the moment. And, you know, and I thank you for that, because I mean, some moms would be like, oh, hell no. You're not going to be dating nobody but your kid's dad, you know? Because my
Yeah.
friend, and I don't know if she's going to, last time my friend Moni, she got so butthurt that I didn't, like, shout her out. She goes, dude, you shouted everybody out but me. And she's like, oh, my friend, I'm coming up right now. And then it wasn't her. And she's like, oh, shit. Like, she was all mad.
But you talked about her. You just didn't shout her out.
No, I don't remember bringing her up because I didn't want to bring up her situation. But
she's okay with it.
Yeah, she's okay with it. But no, it's funny because my friend Moni, like, she tells, like, her mom's old school, you know, and, like, you know, her kid's dad is not in the picture, and now she's starting to date someone else, and so, like, the mom is just kind of like, oh, you just want to spend time with him, and, you know, you don't want to spend time with her anymore. But it's like, in reality, like, she's like the true definition of a single mom. Like, she's nonstop doing this, you know, being a mother to Lena, and she doesn't get a break. Like, versus me, like, Alex was there. He took them for a week, you know, and I knew that they were being taken care of. I wouldn't have given them out, you know, with their dad if he wasn't. Back to Moni, like, she's never had that time where she can just, you know, be herself. And, like, I do things, because I can't always be 24/7 with the boys. Like I can, but moms do need breaks, and I feel like Alex gives me that break and she doesn't have that opportunity to get that. So I feel like now that she's dating someone and she's putting her attention on something else, the mom's just kind of like not for it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like I guess that is old school, where they don't want them to be with anyone but the kid's dad. And just work it out and make sure you're there for the kid. But it's just like, at a point, it's like, it can't be that.
Can't be worked out anymore.
There's nothing, damage is done.
Yeah, like, I wasn't for you guys breaking up either.
No, I know that, but you supported.
But of course, I wasn't going to force you. It's, it was a little bit of reverse psychology where it was, hey, I have to let you live and learn, just like you had to learn to walk. You fell a couple of times before you got it.
Yeah.
And it's like that in life. I have to let you guys fall and get back up, and just learn from it. Hopefully. Yeah. And it's hard to be a mom and see your child, especially with, like, you guys, your situation, with Alex and the boys. It was very sad. It was sad, to see that. Yeah. Because I didn't want the boys to. In the end, the kids are the ones that suffer.
Yeah, I believe it. But in some situations, it is better for you guys to be apart.
But at the end, yeah. And sometimes it's better, not to be together. And those kids suffer more if you stay together. Yeah. So, it's I get her mom, but I think her mom should also give her a little bit of
a break.
And if she's being a mom and she's not being unfit and she's not like this, drug addict and out and about and doesn't watch the baby, and she's not being a mom to the child, and of course then a mother is gonna step in and
Yeah, and that's the thing, like with Moni, like she's always like with Lena, she's always doing things, like before obviously all this quarantine, she would always take her out, they would always go to Universal, like Six Flags, like things like that, and it's just them two, and it's always been them two, Cool. Yeah, and she's, she works full time, she just.
And it's hard to see that. A lot of, nowadays, a lot of, moms, single moms, they choose the other their partner over their kids.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the thing, like Monica, she doesn't like choose her partner who she's with now over Elena. It's just obviously you need to spend time with your partner, and right. And another thing too is, and this is like kind of like going into this topic, but like dating, when you're like dating someone, you don't want to obviously automatically introduce the kids right away. And her mom is saying to introduce them, right? No. But she's just like, I'm protecting Lena, like I'm protecting my daughter. Like I don't want my daughter to like say we don't work out, then she's gonna be connected to him and get attached, and she's like, for what?
You don't want to introduce your kids to every single person you're talking to, or somewhat, dating or whatnot, because if it doesn't work out, then your kids get more screwed up and they're more confused, and like, hey, where's, so-and-so? Yeah. Or, and it's like, and then you have another one, and then, where's so-and-so? And that's not right.
Yeah. No, I feel it. So it's hard, and shout out to my girl Moni for doing it as a single mother or whatever.
Keep up the good job.
Yeah. One of the other questions is, how did you know, like, your first love was your first love? Why do you laugh? Because your first love. Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead. I'll give you that one.
So, Alex, for some people who don't know, and I feel like I make it known, but Alex and I started dating when we were 13 years old. My dad did not allow me to have a boyfriend until I was 16 years old. So he just knew Alex and I liked each other, but we were friends. When we were 16 years old, Alex would be able to come over. And the cool thing was his little brother was close to my little brother. So they would come over together, and then like my brother and him had a play date, and then Alex and I would hang out, but we would just hang out in the living room. And I don't know, I just feel like with Alex, like, it was just so different because I guess Alex was my first love. Like, he was. I'm not going to say I guess. He was my first love. And the reason I knew he was my first love was because we were, like, the way we grew up was somewhat similar, you know? Mm-hmm. And we were so, like, connected immediately. And this is, like, TMI, but I'm going to say it. Him and I didn't lose our virginities till we were like 17 years old out of high school with each other. So I feel like that made us more connected, and we waited all of that time, you know, and and even before that, we were so connected before we got intimate with each other, you know, and like once we did get intimate for the first time with each other, I immediately fell more in love. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I remember even like being 17 years old, like that, being 17 years old, like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to see what our babies would look like, you know, like, we just always talked about having kids together. We always talked about like being together no matter what, because his parents, you know, divorced when he was young. My parents divorced when I was younger. So we saw how it had affected each other, and we just never wanted to bring up our kids that way. And we had a lot of similar, like, growing up, like, what's that word? Like the way you want to like raise your children.
You had similar, oh my God.
You're so freaking... You weren't even listening, huh?
No, I was.
I'm over here pouring my heart out, and you don't even give a freak, dude. This is why I don't listen to your stories.
Oh, so you don't listen to my stories.
You'll never know.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I do, but...
No, I was listening.
Okay, so what's the word?
Like, it... I know what you mean, and I bet you anything it's gonna come up. Oh my God. You guys were brought up similar. Like, you had similar,
No, we just...
I know the word you're looking for. When I swear, I don't know why.
All right, get over it. We're done.
I feel like I can't think.
No, moving forward, because you don't listen to my freaking stories.
I was listening to your story.
No, but yeah, I just feel like I knew that he was the one just because we had a lot of similar traits as far as like us similar like fuck.
I know the word
I
too,
can't,
and it's really bothering me.
Comment down when this video posts, please comment down the word that we're trying to say, because we seriously cannot figure it out.
Oh,
but we just had a lot of like, what is it, Bebe? Do you know the word?
Similarities.
Similar. No, huh? You don't know?
I don't know in what context.
All right, never mind.
He wasn't listening.
No.
See, he wasn't listening to.
He doesn't need to listen. So, anyway, okay. I just knew that he was the one just because of the way we got along, the way we communicated, the way, like, the fun that we had so much fun before we had the boys. Like we would always go to Disneyland, we would go to Six Flags, we would just do so many things with each other, and it was just so much fun. And what I loved the most about dating Alex is that he was very, very respectful, and he was very like, he wasn't like a mean person. Like, and how do I explain this? Like, I don't know, like, he was so humble, and he was just so genuine. Like, his heart is just, like, him being an older sibling to his, like, younger siblings. Like, he was the oldest, and he had so much responsibility at a young age, similar to how I did, and that's something that we related to. And he was always, like, that father figure, you know, for his sister.
That word is killing me.
I know, Mom, get over it.
No, it's killing me. It's gonna.
They're gonna comment it. But yeah, I just feel like the way we were brought up, and just the fact that he was just, I respected him so much because he had such like responsibility, and he was just such like a just genuine person. And I feel like I already knew, like, all right, that's gonna be my baby daddy. And I know you don't like baby daddy, but I said it. But I'm going to have all his babies. And I remember saying, like, I want all your big-headed kids, because he has such a big head. I want all of them. Give me all of them. I want them all. Everybody get out.
Oh, my God.
No, I just knew he was the one. Now, like, I can't even explain it. It's just crazy, the bond that we have, you know?
Yeah. What was the next question?
We don't have a lot. No, but how you get over how you get over from a breakup. Sorry, it was like
How you get over. That's kind of similar to the first question, where how do you stop looking for the person, right?
yeah.
Because how do you get over it? I mean, staying busy.
Yeah.
Staying busy.
It's so hard though. And for me personally, do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
No, go. I seriously want to drink my michelada.
Well, I mean, again, I just think staying busy and surround yourself with positive people. People who are not going to bring you down or bring that person up all the time. Mm-hmm. You just want to stay positive and do positive things in your life. And whatever that positive thing is, then you do it, you know, whether it be, like I said earlier, going to the gym, working out, or if it means, you know, going on a hike, going on a walk, going on, you know, whatever whatever it is, you stay busy, and that's it. I think with time, it's definitely time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think that with time and staying busy, you'll eventually not forget that person, but you'll learn to cope without them.
Do you believe that time heals everything? Or do you think that's just like such a cliche thing?
It's a cliche thing. Time does not heal everything because a wound is always there. And as soon as you know, open that wound back up, then it's going to hurt again.
Yeah. For me personally, I feel like how to get over a breakup, at first, like a lot of people are like, why, you know, don't cry about it and just stay busy. But like, honestly, like, you don't need to always keep busy, because keeping busy, I feel like you're just avoiding your feelings, and that's such a bad thing to do. I feel like in the beginning, you need to there's a wound and you just need to let it bleed. Cry it out, you know, and just let it bleed. Like, just feel every emotion that you need to feel for the first month or two at least, because you're going to go through like a roller coaster of emotions. And I feel like you're going to sit here and blame yourself, and you're going to kind of remember all of the good things and remember like, okay, well, why didn't we work out? Because we had such good times too. And sometimes you kind of just have to take a step back and stop over analyzing certain situations and bringing up memories, because it's only going to make you miss that person more. And I feel like you need to just allow yourself to go through the motion of the breakup and cry if you need to, freaking call out of work if you need to, because sometimes, you know, I remember me not even wanting to go to work, and just being so like, and you're going to go through depression.
I was more of the, I need to go to work. I'm going to work extra hours. I'm going to stay at work longer. I was more, you know, stay busy all the time. And I know you say, oh no, but that's how you fall into depression, I think. And, no, you know,
I don't necessarily think it's depression, though. I just think you're going through the emotions.
I don't know. I think it's like you sit there.
Don't allow yourself to fall into depression, because when you fall into the only way you would fall into depression, I feel, is if you're constantly over analyzing and thinking it, like rethinking the relationship, like I mentioned, which obviously you're not going to do.
And if you're keeping busy, you're gonna not have time to think of those things.
Yeah, but I feel like
you surround yourself with people who are like fun and upgoing, and hey, let's go have a drink, or hey, let's go have brunch, let's go, not even a drink, you know, let's just go have a decent conversation, let's go have something to eat together.
And it works.
That's what I mean by keeping busy. I'm not saying, oh my God, like you freaking go crazy and do a million things at a time.
No. And I'm not even saying that.
No, you have to feel it. You definitely have to feel what you're gonna feel. But I'm saying, don't dwell on that feeling either.
No, and that's not what I'm saying. You know? Yeah, I know what you're saying, but that's not what I'm saying. My thing is, yes, you can go out with your friends, go out to dinner, go out to brunch, go do things, go hike, go exercise. I get that. But when you're home and you're by yourself before you're going to go to bed and you're alone, You're going to think about it because because that's all you can think about, especially when you're drinking and you go home and you're going to be freaking drunk and depressed. You need to allow yourself to feel all of these emotions, because what a lot of people do is stay busy and think like, oh, I'm good, I'm happy, and post these quotes like, I'm doing good, I'm happy, and you're really not. Like, allow yourself to be sad. It's okay. Like, it doesn't mean that you're going into depression. Like, we're human. You're going to feel sad. It's normal to feel sad. You've spent so many time, so much effort, so much love. Like, you've given your body to someone else. You're going to feel upset and it's going to hurt. But I just feel like you need to realize, like, the world moves on, and, you know, eventually time goes on. Yeah, life goes on. I don't believe time heals everything, because it doesn't. But it does help, and you need to use your time wisely. And, you know, I just feel like you need to don't dwell on certain situations, don't dwell on the memories, and just, you know, focus on just trying to, you know, get back to be the best you that you could be. And then eventually start going out, and then start dating if you want to, if you're ready for that, or whatever you feel that you need to do to make yourself happy. But make sure that you're like emotionally ready before you get into another relationship, you know, because then what happens is, like, you start comparing, like, oh, well, this person did that and now you don't do it, and, like, in your head, you know. And I feel like that's kind of what I did too, going into, like, a relationship so serious after Alex and I broke up. Like, I was just like, you start missing, like, yes, you don't like the person anymore that you broke up with, but then you start missing, you're like, fuck, like, they kind of did do a lot, or like they did do this, and you get used to someone, and it's not always a bad thing that you get used to them, you know. It's just more like you don't do it on purpose, but you do start comparing, and then you're like, well, maybe my little gordito was kind of cool. Like, maybe you did really love the person. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like relationships are so hard, and breakups are harder. Like, they're so hard to go through.
Because you put so much time and effort into a relationship, and then breaking up, it just seems like
you don't want to start over.
I don't even, you know,
it's scary. It's a scary thing.
It's very scary to have to start all over again. But I think, I don't know, once you're done too.
Yeah, you know yourself, like, when you've had your, like, limit, and you know, like, all right, this is it, I'm not going back anymore. Like, when my ex, like, not Alex, but my ex, the guy that I dated, when him and I broke up, we broke up a lot, and it was very bad, both parts. Like, I don't know, it was just, how do I explain it? What's the right word? I'm not going to say it was toxic, because we did have good memories, like every relationship. But we went into the relationship and both of us were hurting, and it showed in the relationship. And I just believe that some relationships don't work out for a reason, and you really do go through things as, like, stepping stones and stuff. Like, in some relationships, like, he was probably one of the relationships that I went through, and it was like, okay, this is not what I want, and this is not what I deserve, and I deserve better. And maybe he can think the same way. Maybe he, you know, feels like he deserves better, and I'm sure he does. But I just feel like we're both at a place where we don't hate each other, I don't think. I don't hate him, and I have nothing but, you know, good, like, you know, I hope you do good in life kind of vibe, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, in general, the hardest breakup that I went through was with Alex. And I think that breakups are hard, and I feel bad for anyone who goes through them, because they're not easy, especially when you don't have, like, a support system, like a good, genuine support system, you know. And I don't know. And okay, this is kind of off topic, and I kind of wanted to bring it up before we started, but this past week, guys, I was kind of, like, going through a funk, and it wasn't like a, like, depression funk, but it was kind of like I guess it was like a growing funk, and I think I just made that up. But it was like me thinking, like, And I kind of mentioned it, like, where I'm just at a place where, like, I finally think I'm changing into the person that I want to be, and I'm growing into some, like, a woman, like, officially. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm going to be 25 this year. That's freaking crazy. And compared to my coworkers, they all are, like, over 27 and up. But I do feel old because I am a mother of 2 and I am married. But, yeah, I've been going through this funk, and I'm just starting to feel like it is important to have, like, you know, spend time with your significant other, you know, and, you know, go on trips and stuff. And, like, Alex and I, we just went to Puerto Rico last year for our birthdays, and we're planning on a trip soon. But I was kind of really thinking about it, and I just feel like I feel really bad not taking the boys. And I think I kind of talked to you about it too. Like, I was kind of like, maybe should I go? Should I not go? Should we take the kids? Should we not? And I just feel like now I'm at the point where, like, because I guess I'm in a relationship, like, I'm, you know, I have a partner and everything, and we have, like, a whole little family. I just feel like I want to involve the kids. Like, I remember growing up, and, like, I had such a good childhood, like I mentioned before, and I remember just my parents always taking us places, going camping, and just going places all the time, and having such a good childhood. And I feel like Dominic's getting at the age where he's gonna start remembering, you know, things, and I want him to remember that we always went to things, and we always went places. And I just feel like I don't know, like, I was just getting really emotional. Like, I just want to always be with them, and I just want them to have, like, the best childhood. And, like,
and that's really good, and that's really, I mean, it shows part of your maturity, part of you growing. And, you know, I mean, I did tell you, hey, you know, if you're going to go on a certain trip, then I don't recommend taking the kids, because that way you get to enjoy each other and your time. Because they're still small, and there'll be plenty of other trips and other times that you can take them along also. But I think you should you eventually learn how to balance it.
Yeah, I think once we kind of, like, figure out how we're going to be, like, taking the kids, you know, I just feel bad because I think the whole quarantine too, like, we've just been stuck at home.
Yeah.
And it made me more, like, I guess it made me realize, like, it is important to take the boys everywhere sometimes, and we should take them out more. And I just feel like it's hard for me, and I know maybe some moms can relate, some moms can't, but having 2 children, and Alex being a car salesman, he's always working. So I almost feel like impossible to go out sometimes with them by myself. And like I mentioned before, he keeps me so sane, and he helps me with my anxiety, and he knows, like, okay, I got the boys, just do your thing, you know. And I just feel like in public places, like, it's almost impossible to take them somewhere. And now they're getting at the age where they're enjoying, they listen, and they can actually go somewhere with me and not go crazy, you know. So I don't know, I just feel like I had to kind of throw that out there because I just wanted to tell you guys how I was feeling. What did I say?
Your growing pain? No, you're growing.
You don't even listen.
Oh my God, I did listen.
Guys, comment down below that Chrissy doesn't listen to anything I say.
I listen to everything you say. How can I not? You're right here.
You're right here, buddy. You're right here. No, I don't know. I just feel like I kind of wanted to throw that out there. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to say it in the beginning, cool, but yeah. I'm just so happy. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, I recently just been noticing, like, even when people tell me some things, like, that are so, like, negative or something, like, about someone else, I'm just like, ugh, like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, I'm just at such a, like, a good point in my life. I'm so happy with the person I'm with. I'm so happy with the boys. I'm happy, like, with my family and, like, the friends that I have. And, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm at such a good place in my life. And that's kind of, I think that's what a good, like, a better reason why it was a perfect time to start my podcast. I just want this, like, to be almost like a podcast where people can just come on and just hear us and almost like act like feel like they're here with us and kind of just relate. We are family. No, but yeah, I just feel like I can't wait. Like, I mention it all the time, I feel, but I really can't wait for to see the growth that we have and, go through. And I don't know, I'm just so happy with everything,
Yeah, it's nice to hear the positive comments and like when you tell me, it's hard for me to understand like when you tell me like, oh, my friend, said the relationship we have, it's so different, because they don't have that type of relationship with their moms. And I didn't have this type of relationship with my mom either. My mom and I weren't as close as you and I. And I don't know why I'm the middle child, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was the middle child. So I never had that mom and daughter relationship with her. But I never held it against her either.
Yeah, it's just different times, I feel, too.
Different times. And, she never, like, dared talk to me about anything. Like,
she never talked about sex?
Never talked to me about sex. Like, it was prohibited, and I never could ask a question, because if I asked a question, well, what are you doing, you know? And it was like, I don't know, it was just so weird. So I guess me having kids, and especially having you first, being a daughter, and then having Crystal, my second daughter, I felt like I don't want my daughters to feel like they can't come to me and they can't tell me things. I remember showing you guys actually one time, I don't know if you remember, but it was the three of you, and you guys were small.
Yeah.
But I remember showing you guys about STDs. And I was showing you like, this can happen if you don't know.
My mom doesn't believe me, and she thinks that I'm lying, but this is exactly what she told me, like, about sex. She was like, if you have sex, you're gonna bleed and you possibly could die. Like, you could bleed so much. She did.
Say that.
You really did.
Not say
and
that.
That's why I remember when I would go visit Alex to, like, go hang out with him and his family, because I had my own car. Like, we would be taking care of his, like, siblings and stuff, and, like, you're young, you're a little want to touch, curious, and I would always stop midway because I'm like, no, I'm gonna bleed and, like, I'm gonna die. Like, I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore.
But I never said that.
Mom, you did.
I did not say that. I would not say that.
Mom, the same way that I don't remember you talking about STDs, you don't remember about telling me I'm gonna bleed.
But there's no way that I would have told you that. Like,
Guys,
there's no way. Ask Crystal. I bet you she's gonna.
You
say
probably
no
didn't
way.
have that conversation. Let's call her right now. I'm gonna call her right now.
No, don't call her.
I'm gonna call her. She probably won't even answer me, but let's see, guys. Because you know what's crazy is that...
Oh my God. I swear, I never said that.
Crystal.
What?
So we're on my podcast right now. Do you have time to talk?
I don't actually.
No, seriously, it's a quick question.
No, seriously, I don't.
All right, guys. So that's
Crystal.
That's my sister for you guys. She's so... Okay, is it true that Mom said if we had sex, we were going to bleed and die?
No, that's not true.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe she told you that, but she never told me that.
What did she tell you about sex?
She just said it was bad to never do it.
See, pretty much the same. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to prove a point.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Okay.
So, thank you. I hope that you guys can hear that.
Oh my God.
She literally told me, like, and I think it was like, I don't know. I think did you think that I was going to lose my virginity to Alex?
I did.
You had an idea?
Did. Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, be honest. Did you think that I lost it earlier than what I really did?
No, I knew.
Did you know exactly when I lost it? Or I told you?
No, you told me.
After I walked out, I'm like, hey, Mom, we just had sex. No, after he left and everything, I was like, Mom. And then, like, I felt like I couldn't walk anymore. I was all, like, scared to pee and shit.
My God, Alina.
No, but it was just, it's true. That's how I felt.
Yeah, but I did not say you were going to bleed and die. I
You literally just told
Crystal
Crystal to not do it ever. Don't do it ever.
I might have told her that, like, being young, like, don't do it. It's bad for you. Well, I mean,
it is what it is. At the end of the day.
But anyways, going back to what I was saying, you know, I was just saying that the relationship, you know, that we have, I think is like, I appreciate it a little more now. And I see more of it. Not that I never appreciated it, but I just see a lot, you know.
It's more common to see it.
And it's like, because not too many people have that type of relationship. And I just feel like, how can you not have that relationship, you know?
This is an ASMR video.
Oh my God, you're so annoying.
Before I'm sorry to cut you off because that was such a cute little moment.
Yeah.
And I do love you.
You always cut me off.
But so Alex bought Carl's Jr. and I was like eating my burger and we were like testing out the audio. And I was like, this is an ASMR and you guys are gonna watch me eat my cheeseburger and it's so big and juicy.
You're stupid.
And some of the oil's gonna
Okay, stop. That is not cute.
That's what an ASMR is.
Let's focus.
I think you guys. Okay, so the next. I think we kind of touched points on all of the little subjects and all of the questions and kind of. She was so boring. She didn't even want to talk about any of the breakups, like her little breakup moment.
I didn't have.
But I guess it's different.
I mean, like I said,
mine were crazy. I was ready to just but mine were really crazy at some point, and I think in a way you kind of went through them with me, so it was kind of whatever. But I hope that you guys like, comment,
and subscribe
to our podcast. I dare you to chug yours.
Why would you dare me?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chug.
No. Oh my God. Yeah, you only had one sip left.
Because I was chugging mine the whole time. But like I said, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast and it answered some of your guys' questions. I mean, all of them because there wasn't a lot.
I know.
Boo-hoo. I asked her to post it too and she couldn't get it together.
Okay, you anyway, know I'm not very...
I know. It's okay, baby. We're fine. But next video, Convos with Alina, episode 5 is going to be something so different, and I hope you guys tune in for next weekend, and I hope that you guys like, comment, and
subscribe
to this video. It will be airing tomorrow, Sunday, May 31st. So yeah, guys, bye.